Good morning, students. Hope you have understood our previous chapters very well. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is biology, and the name of this chapter is living and non-living things. What is living thing and what is non-living thing? In this chapter we have to learn about these things, about plants, animals, and non-living things, difference between them, and what are the characteristics of a living being. So let's start. First thing in this chapter we have to learn about the characteristics of living thing. Let's start. Look at the book. This is chapter 7, living and non-living thing. In this chapter, we have to learn about characteristics of living thing and comparison between living and non-living things. Okay? Now come to kick-off activity. This is a simple activity. You have to observe your surrounding and make a list of things mentioned in the table below. Answer the questions that follow. Means there are some names of birds, animals, plants, stationery items and furniture. What you see in your surrounding means day-to-day life, what you see, these things. Name them. First of all, I have put some birds' name. What I see in our day-to-day life, they are pigeon, crow, parrot, eagle, sparrow and owl. Okay. Now some animals, what we see daily or in our day-to-day life. I see dogs, cats, cow, pig, buffalo, rats, etc. Some plants, mango, banana, fern, algae, mushroom, people. You can fill in the blanks what you observe or you see in your surrounding, in your neighborhood, in your house. You can fill these blanks what you want. Some stationery items, book, copy, pen, pencil, eraser, sharpener. Some furniture, table, chair, sofa set, bed, almirah, dining table, etc. Now some question arises. Are the objects in all the categories above are similar? My answer is no. All objects are not similar. Some are plants, some are animals, some are non-living things. Second question. What is common among plant and animals? Plants and animals both are living organisms. Third question arises. What is the difference between a chair and a cow? Naturally, you will say chair is a non-living thing and cow is a living organism. All these things that we see around us are categorized either living thing or non-living thing. Okay? From this above chart, we can say that what we see, some are living things and some are non-living things. Now, what is living thing? Here is the definition. Living things are the one that carry on different life process such as movement, respiration, growth, responsiveness to environmental stimuli and reproduction. These things are characteristics of a living thing, living organism. Let's study more about the living and non-living things. Here is a chart 8 points. There is 8 points. The characteristics that make the living thing unique and distinguished. They are body organization, nutrition, respiration, movement and response to stimulus, excretion, growth and development, lifespan and death, reproduction. We will learn one by one. First is body organization. All the living things have some basic body organization. You just close your eyes and imagine a plant. There is a structure come in your closed eye, that is plant. If you imagine a animal, a rat, cat, tiger, any animal, an image comes in the eyes of you. Okay, it means there is a definite body organization of every living thing, every plant or animal. So all of them are made up of tiny units, that is called cell. These plants and animals, their body are made up of a very tiny unit, that is the fundamental unit of life, is cell. Cells are, this is the definition, cells are the basic functional and structural unit of life. Means function wise and structure wise, it is the basic unit of life, which we lack in non-living things. All the cells that perform the same function are grouped together and form a tissue. Or in other words, you can say a group of similar structure and similar function forms, and they are called tissue. Means too many cells of similar structure and doing similar function make tissue. The tissues that have same function form an organ, and a group of tissue which do same function forms an organ. बहुत सारा टिश्यू मिलके organ बनाता है. 2 and more organs unite and make a organ system. These are the chain, and the many organ system makes an organism. Means cells made tissue, tissue make organ, organ make organ system, and organ systems make organism. Based on the number of cells, organisms are categorized as unicellular or multicellular. Uni means UN, on, means one. Multi means too many or many. So unicellular means made up of one cell. Multicellular means made up of too many cells, more than 2. Organisms that are made up of only one cell are called unicellular organism. Some examples are amoeba, paramecium, bacteria, etc. The organisms that are made up of 2 or more than 2 cells are called multicellular organism. Except unicellular organism, all are multicellular. Some examples: plants, dog, cat, human. What you see, plant and animal, they are multicellular, because we cannot see unicellular organism with our naked eye. We have to take help of microscope. Then we can see unicellular. So what we see, plants and animals, they are multicellular. It means On the whole, we learned that every plant and animal has a definite body organization. Okay. Now come to second point. Second point was nutrition. It is nutrition. All the living things need energy to work. And where does this energy comes from? They get this energy from the nutrients in their food. The food we eat, that we get energy from this food. So nutrition is the sum of the process by which a living being takes in and utilizes the food for its growth and development. Food is very necessary. Every living thing need food for energy, and that energy is consumed in growth and development of the plant, of the animal. Okay. Now come to plant. First of all, plant. There is a figure also, but we will discuss later. Sun is the ultimate source of energy on earth. Sun is the ultimate source of energy on earth. Green plants make their own food with the help of sunlight by the process of photosynthesis. There is a process which occurs in plant, and the name of this process is photosynthesis. It occurs in green part of the plant. In the presence of sunlight, plant takes carbon dioxide from atmosphere, or you can say from air, and plants also take water from their root, from soil, and make their own food by the process of photosynthesis, and makes food and oxygen. Thus, they are known as autotrophs. The plants which make their own food are called autotrophs. Auto means self. They can make food by themselves. So, they are called autotrophs. On the other hand, the animals and some non-green plants directly or indirectly depend on plant for their nutrition. They are called heterotrophs. Hetero means different. Means they don't make food. They take food from the autotrophs, either directly or indirectly. All plants and animals except green plant, they take food from green plants. You can say, just like for example, chicken, or a cow. We get milk from cow. Chicken we eat. Eggs we eat. They don't need photosynthesis, but we all, either plant or animal or cow or chicken, all depend on green plants, because this cow eats grass, that is autotroph. This chicken eats grains made from plants, green plants. So directly or indirectly, every plant or animal depend on green plants, that is autotroph, and except green plants, all are heterotrophs. Okay, you understood? Here is a picture, but not clear. This is red sunlight, oxygen, carbon dioxide, food. Okay, we will explain later. I will show you that structure. That figure is clear here. This is process of photosynthesis. There is a sunflower plant. It takes sunlight from the sun and carbon dioxide from air and water from soil, and all these things are done in green plants, green part of the plant. And it makes sugar. Sugar means food and releases oxygen. That's why we call that plants, we need to plant trees so that we get oxygen, fresh air. Now, hope you understood this process of photosynthesis. There is another picture. Photosynthesis, sun gives light energy, air gives carbon dioxide, and soil gives water and minerals, and photosynthesis occurs and it gives us food, yani means sugar, and it releases some oxygen. Same thing. Look, living things need food. Here is a cow eating plants as a food. These are some unicellular organisms. Look, first one is paramecium, second is amoeba, third bacteria, fourth is yeast. These are made up of single cell and they perform all the activities from their with their single cell. Means single cell does everything what is needed to live a life. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. And any problem you can ask me. This is biology chapter, living and non-living thing, and it is very interesting. Ask any problem. Thank you.